It's been a while. Yep. All right, so I got streaming to a couple places here. So one of them is, of course, I'm streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and to SharePlay as well. Uh, just getting things going. I gotta move this camera. Just pop out chat. And then go back into the streaming. Hopefully everything is fine. Using something different here, so I gotta get a new chair. This thing is so squeaky. So how the heck have you all been? Wow, that took some time. That took some effort to get out. Oh, all right. So, yeah, I'm the one that's usually I like to do different experiments. I'm always doing that for some odd strange reason. Even when I say I'm not going to do that anymore, I still do it. It's just this something I like to do, I guess. Where I can't say I'm not happy. I just like, to tinker with different things. All right, so the Twitch notification went through. I thought, no, did I set it up for YouTube? I don't think I did. But I can change that. Yeah, because the live notification in Discord server went through, so now it's perfectly fine. And yeah. Now I gotta get a new thumbnail. So when I regularly do these live streams, especially on YouTube, I'll at least have a thumbnail. Instead of whatever was showing at the time. Oh, yeah. So I've been having a good time. Got a couple things, different things taken care of. Mainly the wood rack. If you've been following my socials, I've been posting up on Twitter, not Twitter, posting up on Instagram, on Facebook, Blue Sky, and Mastodon. So been busy with getting the workshop taken care of, been doing some more organization and getting it ready to be actually a productive place to do work. And to one thing also I've been looking around as well is to find software that I can use for broadcasting out there without investing in multi-thousand-dollar setup and rigging all this contraptions and stuff like that. I found this is what I'm using right now. Is I've used this in the past. It's riverside.fm or riverside.com. It's a browser-based encoding software that also does recording. It's mostly used for like podcasting and talking head type of videos and tutorial stuff. Like I said, I've used it before, so I had it a mixed. I did use it on SharePlay, or I tried to a year or two ago when the alpha first came out, and it wasn't connecting with between Riverside and SharePlay. It is right now, so it's good. It's doing good. I did a test last night, like an 8-second test. And I was like, oh, okay, it's showing up. It's all good. But streaming to, like I said, Twitch, YouTube, and SharePlay. So I'm going to be doing those 3 places going forward. Most notably with the side, the YouTube side, is to build up the what was it? How did they? It was like some channel history or whatnot. If you didn't want to do the age, or not the age verification, but ID verification, so I decided to just do the channel history, which they said it'll take about 2 months. Okay, takes a little bit longer than that. That's all right. That's okay. I'm cool with that. And of course, Twitch. Twitch is Twitch. Yeah, I'm I'm focusing more of my efforts on other things than Twitch. I have been more focused on the streaming not software, but streaming platform called SharePlay. So that's where I've been looking at more focusing the live streaming element. I do have, of course, the YouTube where I will have the live streams live just for, gathering the watch times and all sorts of stuff like that. Just to, build up the watch time and eventually, hopefully, get monetized on YouTube, which would be nice, but because you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within like a 12-month period of time. So it will take a little bit, but working on it. And I do plan to do at least 2 streams a week. I'm trying to set a schedule. Well, especially when I have the workshop set up, because I do want to stream from there as well. Because I think that'd be pretty cool. Have like workshop Wednesdays, where I'll be just streaming from out in the workshop instead of the office here. Because I've always been streaming from the office for many years, so I thought, hey, let's try. Let's see how it works out in the workshop and see how it goes. So that would be nice. I probably will do like a game night, maybe on the weekend. We'll see. Well, have it to just SharePlay and maybe Twitch. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, those are my plans. And I posted up on Blue Sky. I did a post asking if there are any creators out there that have an affiliation or partnered with Fourth Wall. Because I've been looking at like Squarespace. I've been looking at Patreon, not Patreon, but yeah, more like a Patreon, but Shopify. I've been looking for a place to, set up a place to sell my completed projects that I'll be doing this year. That kind of like I need a place to set up a shop so people can be visiting it and say, hey, I want to buy that, and be easy enough to have where the shop will take care of all the back end stuff, like the taxes, the shipping, getting the orders and stuff like that. So I've been looking at those 3 places so far. Look, like I said, between Squarespace, Patreon, and fourth wall. Now I have used fourth wall in the past before, many times for a long time. But I just wanted to give notice to any other creators to say, hey, you got like a link or something that I can use that will help me, but also would definitely help you because it'll get the word out for your affiliation or your partnership with Fourth Wall. Have not heard any reply at all, which is sad, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead. If I don't see anything by tomorrow, it's been a week. When did I post it? I think it was Monday. Let's see here. It was 2 days ago, so it was like Tuesday. So almost a week would be plenty of time. And I know my reach on Blue Sky is very minuscule, so there is that as well. So I am going to set up a fourth wall shop and get that taken care of. So I can also have it deal with memberships as well, because I have the Patreon. I haven't really messed around too much. I set up the Patreon page where I have a single tier that is like $3 a month, and it gives you access, or it's tied into Discord. Excuse me. It's tied into our Discord server. And if you don't know the Discord server, it is this handy dandy link right there. Yay! So I've been using was it dub.com for URLs. So yeah. But again, I don't think I want to use Patreon. I know everybody has Patreon, but my thing is with it is that it's how I've been for the past couple of years is like using alternative places, using your own websites and having that ownership over your own domains and stuff like that, and to go through and say, well, I have patreon.com/makerdad, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want to have the makerdad.shop or whatnot. So that's what I'm going to go with, is to, and Fourth Wall gives you that customized, or you can use a custom domain. So that's what I'm going to go with, is using Fourth Wall to take care of the e-commerce side of things, the membership, the shop, the shipping, the tax collection, all sorts of stuff like that. So I don't really have to deal with that. I still have to deal with it, but I don't have to, you know what I mean. Take care of it for each and every single item and anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a Fourth Wall site. So that'll be for the membership in the store, and I already have I have some items that I'm going to be getting started with. So at least I have to build them first and get some pictures taken of them, and then post those up onto the shop. And yeah, we'll just go from there. We'll just take it one step at a time. That's just basically what I've been doing for this whole experience, is just to be open and transparent. It's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going about it. Join me on this journey of discovery and the successes, the fails, and just the overall experience. And that's just, part of, small art and business owner and stuff like that. Hey, Coach Skull. Hey, thanks for the follow. So yeah, that's what I'm getting started with. This is slowly getting things set up. So I have like the website, I have the Discord server taken care of. I've had the Discord server for a while, but I was kind of like rebranded and made it the Maker Dad experience, as it were. Um, I have been messing around for the past like 2 months with like forums. So I have been using both Discourse and Envision Community, the software running the forums. I believe what I'm going to be doing is probably shutting them down. I, I think I would definitely love to have people use the forums, but I just don't have a community at the moment to have the, the place for them to go to and be actively using those. I believe a lot of the people are more involved in Discord. So I have the direct link. I have on like SharePlay. I have the link just below the video player for the Discord server and the website. The website is just my blog that I'm me posting up different articles and different uh, podcast episodes, the write-ups and the different like embeds for listening to the episodes and stuff like that. Which I will be also recording the next episode tonight, so I'll be taking care of that because it's been a while since I've. For some odd reason, just this past week, I've just been in kind of like this funk, as it were, to put it bluntly. I don't know, where I didn't want to do anything creatively. So that is changing. That will be changing. I'd be setting up a schedule to be doing live streams very Wednesdays in the near future. I want to do, like I said, the workshop Wednesdays, where I'll be live streaming from the workshop. Probably a Monday or a Tuesday, probably Mondays, where I'll be doing like a stream like I am right now, where I'll just be here talking and going over a couple different things of what has been going on in Makerspace, content creation, information, news, stuff like that, just to talk about content creation and makers, and also record the episode in that week's episode. So it's gonna be Mondays and Wednesdays going forward. Tentatively, game streams on the weekends. Just you can't be all serious all the time. You have to have some fun and just enjoy. I do miss the game streams, so I'll be setting that up on either Saturday or Sunday. And best way to keep up to date is either join a Discord or follow me on Blue Sky or Mastodon. Am I going to do Threads? I have a Threads account, but I don't know where if I'm going to be posting too much on Threads. I don't know about that. We shall see. But most definitely on Blue Sky. So that's going to be going forward. It'd be figuring out just focusing on one social media platform, social networking platform. And I had been on Mastodon. I'll still be posting, but it's just go Blue Sky and Mastodon. No others. I don't do Twitter. I haven't had a Twitter account since 2022, 2021, when Elon invaded. So I deleted, and it's just a complete hellscape. Has been a complete hellscape even before then, but it wasn't as bad. But it's even worse now. But yeah. Anyways, anywho, we're just here to have fun. We're just talk about different things. I know some people probably will comment or say stuff about camera setup, but I do like this off-centered kind of approach. It's nice. It's much different than always being centered and everything's like, like zoomed in. It's just, it's more relaxed. It's laid back. I don't have to worry about too much keeping things centered. I will have to deal with that when I share a screen, change out layout. But yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I got for next episode. It's, as the title of the stream says, it's over optimizing things that has ruined our hobbies. So that's one of the big things I want to talk about tonight, and also go over the, not really controversy. Well, some people will call it a controversy of Spark and Meld Studio. I don't believe it is that big of a deal, but it is a big deal to many people about generative AI within their streaming software. But it is something that a lot of us do think about. It does affect like coders and all sorts of different people that have a hand in producing stuff for people, for streamers and content creators. So it does affect them, and especially in this day of age where it's something that all of us really think about constantly, day in day out, especially artists with generative AI, and just stealing, being a nuisance of sorts, where like, oh, photographers, artists are going to be losing their jobs, and writers are losing their jobs, and we see it. Well, let's talk about it right now. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So if you haven't noticed, or if you don't know, Meld Studio is a broadcasting software that allows you to broadcast what is on your screen. Mostly it's for streaming to Twitch and YouTube and Kick and TikTok, and also to other places as well, like SharePlay. They released an update. I should put it in a caveat, that is a free piece of software, like OBS is as well. It is more beginner friendly. There is a lot of stuff that it's a very new piece of software. It's been out a little bit over a year, almost, let's say 2 years, that has been created from the ground up. It's not taking what OBS is and forking it as its own different version. They're kind of like going on to the path that we want to make streaming not really holding your hand, but making it easy as possible for the beginner streamers to say, hey, I want to do this. And there are some features that are great that they have added or are part of the core software set that is great. Like in OBS, if you wanted to have like your camera in a circle, well, what you would have to do is get a plugin. It's a mask plugin. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. I have a video on a YouTube channel and stuff like that for different tutorials. But essentially what it is that you would have to do a plugin. You had to go to an outside piece of software to make the art, use air quotes there, and then bring it into OBS, and then have to go through this whole process. But in Meld is basically just a setting. Not even a setting, is that you bring in your webcam and it just points on the layer that you can have rounded corners or a complete circle. You don't have to do anything. There's no plugins, no nothing that you have to worry about. And that's what was so great about Meld, is that it brought a lot of what you would have to like messing around with different plugins in OBS, or if you're on XSplit using Streamlabs desktop, is it makes the experience of setting up your stream and the look of it and the layers and everything a lot easier. So what they did is that they released an update. Let me Meld Studio Spark. So what did they do is that they released a AI I'll show you here. I knew that was going to happen. So I have to get all the way over here because, all right. So with Meld, that they released this software. It's AI. It's a wrapper of Google Gemini. And what they did is that they went through and made it so it's easier to create your different chat alerts, widgets, stuff that can happen on screen for your stream without knowing any code. So let's say if you want like your chat overlay on stream. So you can do, let's say, like a Y2K themed chat overlay. So normally what you would have to do is go to places like owned.com or Nerd or Die or any of these like overlay houses, or you use Streamlabs desktop to get this look, as you can see in the background. And what Meld with Spark is that you can go through a prompt and say, hey, I want my chat overlay to look like whatever that you want. You can go through different prompts and stuff like that. And it sets it up without having to go through that. Now, the big thing is that people are up in arms, which rightfully so. AI is a tool, but it can be a very not dangerous tool. I don't want to use that term. It can be detrimental to many places, or to many genres. Now, to works, different occupations. There we go. Wow, brain is not firing on all cylinders tonight. Like I said earlier, is like artists, writers, coders, that a lot of this stuff could become an issue. So, and also can affect the businesses like Owned, Nerd or Die from, their bottom line. Is like, if people can simply create this stuff using AI, why should I go to your store and purchase the stuff? I can do it for free, which I'll get to here in a moment. But you can do stream alerts, like iOS themed alerts for all platforms. So you can have that there. Interactive chat games. You can do Pong, lower thirds, and all sorts of different things just by, prompt engineering. And they have some things, some pre-made stuff already. And it is free, but there is, and here we go. This is what it would cost. So you do get limited, tokens per month. And it's unlimited access to Spark Elements and Gallery. But there is a limit. I think it's 8 widgets, I think it is. I believe that's what it was. They said in their Discord, but it resets every month. So you only have a limited number of things that you can create per month, which is perfectly fine. A lot of the time, people will be like, you know what? I create my chat overlay, I have an alert widget, and I'm good and never touch it again. Some people are constantly changing things, so they would have to use the Spark Pro, which is $20 a month, or if they're even more, that's $60 a month for the Spark Max, and you get extended request, priority processing, or for the Spark Max, you get highest priority processing and the most capable Spark models. So you get more for your money, but it is what it is. It's you're spending $60 a month for AI. But some people, for them, that is perfectly fine. Now camera is even more. All right, 1 second. I'm just going to have to deal with this for now. And I'll take care of it next, like later tomorrow. But for now, so yeah, so that's what Meld Studio had released, and it did cause a major storm, of course, throughout the streamer sphere of social medias, and people were up in arms, and rightfully so. I mean, they have their own thoughts and feelings on AI, and that's perfectly fine. They're capable of having that. No one has a wrong or right answer, and I can't. We individually can't say that their opinions are absolutely wrong or right. It's just it's human nature. So they do have a transparency. What was it? Yeah, I'll show you here. No, I don't want. Why did you change the layout? What's up? Okay. Don't let Nala in. All right. 1 second. What's up, Flux? uh, Camera angle. So, how's it going? It's I'm gonna have to take care of this camera. This is not working out. uh, but yeah. So, like I was saying, they did release a transparency report for Meld from Meld Studio about this AI and what they're going for is to be not detrimental to everything, but we shall see. So like it says here, as streamers ourselves, we're glad Meld Spark is driving conversations about AI use in creative spaces. They are important in advocating for regulations as these models continue to be built. We are confident that Meld Spark will be an extension of what you already do, and many who are skeptical have been pleased with our efforts to make it a tool that brings your creativity to life, not replace it. We hope you'll experience its magic for yourself. Okay. I did dabble around in it. And it does what it said it's supposed to do. And it made a chat window and what I wanted to do, and it's did an okay job. I did say for it to do what was it to create a carpenter square, speed square, in the lower left, and it did. It, of course, that's the thing is that they say it doesn't do images, but it does do vectors. It did an okay job. It was kind of not what I was expecting, but it is a triangle which is a speed square. I know it's weird how it's named, but anyways, so yeah. So it's just one of those things where many people cry, not cry wolf, but the sky is falling, and I know some people are staunch anti-AI, and I that's perfectly fine. I'm against AI in many aspects of our daily lives where it takes over or completely removes the human element. I don't like to see that. I don't want that. But it is a tool. It's just like a hammer. It's just like a saw where it could be an important piece of your toolbox. But it is something that has been unleashed into the world. There is no way that we'll be able to put it back into the box at this point in time. So you just have to figure out a way to work around it, work with it, and to regulate it in certain aspects and different aspects of our lives. So I do use Meld. I have actually I dropped no longer using eCams, so I'll be so yeah. So I'll be using Meld Studio going forward because it does offer a great way of creating your stream, not using Spark, but just this normal widgets and stuff like that, which was a great way of going to do things without using plugins as you did in OBS. So are you going to be using Spark? Let me know. Comment down below or in chat if you are. I know Flux, you don't use Meld because you don't stream. But it is an interesting thing that how they were uh, hyping things up. I was like, oh, this is going to be some new features, maybe ISO recording or some different things that they were missing that OBS has. And then it's like AI. I'm like, yay! We don't need more AI in our lives. Can we please have other things first? But I do see how they went this route because it does offer their first official way of monetizing the program and their service. So it's going to be interesting to see how going forward it works out for them and how many people actually continue to utilize or pay for the $20 or $60 versions going forward. So who knows? We might, I don't know, see them change out pricing or change out the restrictions on the free plan, but because that's going to be inevitable that those restrictions will be changed going forward because it's going to be expensive, especially on the free plan. Everyone's going to be hitting that free plan constantly. So, yeah. Let's actually go into recording the podcast episode of the constant need to over optimize things has ruined our hobbies. That's what we're going to talk about. So what I usually do is I'll go ahead start not recording. I know I use air quotes a lot, but recording an episode during a live stream. I do integrate if a chat message comes in about the topic. I'll do bring it into the episode and on screen as well. And it's kind of like a chat interaction. But at the end of the recording, I'll say something along the lines that basically a typical YouTube closer. And if you want to check out another great video or a past episode, click this box right over there. And otherwise, good night kind of spiel. Which I know sometimes when people come in, be like, oh, is the stream ending? No, it's just me ending that particular video that's going to be uploaded. But anyways, let's actually get started and get this taken care of without further ado. Trying to think of I should come up with the openers before actual live stream. Yeah. I'll just do my typical opening. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Maker Dad podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk about how over optimizing your processes and things to do for your hobbies has ruined it for not just for yourself, but the creative spark and your the being happy with it. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So the productivity aspect of being so overly productive, the culture creep has really not really invaded, but it's like a slow burn into how we perceive our creative spaces, our creative endeavors, and how our the end goals of our creative outlets is just kind of being overly optimized. And it's just kind of like we have to be this so like focused on making a perfect product, and anything else just will not do. And I believe I've also have been suffering from that as well, and different things where it has to be, the workflow has to be perfect in every step of the process, that it just by the end product, it's just it does no longer bring you joy. And the optimization of it, you know, it doesn't really bring you any kind of fulfillment of what you're creating, and it kind of just sucks the joy out of the whole entire process. The I'm not really going to say burnout of it all, but it's just where you don't want to be doing whatever hobby that you were thinking about doing or that you enjoy to do. It doesn't mean, going to be makerspace or content creation. It can be if you're like a cyclist, that's a hobby. And it's just the over optimization of it. So, well, yeah, you have to get these particular clothes, you have to get these particular tires, and you have to constantly think about, oh, okay, am I going to do a whole bunch of trail riding, or am I going to be doing a lot off-roading or city biking? It's like I have to have the tires, and then of course, if I go from trail to city, I have to change, so I have to make sure I bring. It's just that overthinking of it. It's just completely destroys your hobby. That you're at the end of it, like months or years, and you're looking back and you're like, I don't like doing this anymore. It's just so overly complicated, and it sucks. Now, that's the thing, is that example, it just becomes a process that controls you. You're no longer free thinking. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go for a bike ride, and I like to get together with a couple other people who like to go bike riding, and we'll go ride for 5 miles down a trail. And it just becomes where it's like, oh, I have to have my biking outfit. The ones like the tight everything, and it's like some of us are not have the body type for certain clothes of like-minded others in the biking community. We're not, under 100 pounds or 130 pounds. We're plus another 100. But it's just the whole process, the whole optimization of the hobby just becomes the sole focus of it, that you don't think of actually having fun. You don't enjoy the aspect of your hobby. Stamp collecting, that uses optimization of that is, okay, well, I have to find sources for this particular set of coins, that I have to only go through and do this. And it's just optimization of the workflow. It just becomes a process in of itself. It's no longer fun. And that's when, the diminishing returns of chasing those marginal gains. And I'll go back to the biking example. Is, yeah, you might have said, oh, I like to ride a bike, and I can do that to also help me become a little bit more healthier, to lose weight, or just to better control my cardio or my heart health. And it's just, you become so focused on the external factors of, I have to optimize it. I have to, instead of 5 miles, I have to ride 10 miles. And I have to have a special bike. And it's a bike that costs $6,000 instead of a Huffy from Walmart. And it just, those marginal gains that you're constantly chasing, it's just, if I have to get better, so I have to do this, and now I'm at this level, so I need to work up to the next one, and so on and so forth. And it's just kind of also goes into the maker space, where you think about it, is that, oh, everyone is starting to go into 3D printing. Yes, I even myself have thought about, oh, what about picking up a 3D printer? Well, the only place I have is right behind me that is climate controlled. It's not in the garage, in the workshop. That's not climate controlled whatsoever. It's far from it. So it really can't be out there because you have to have like humidity controlled, climate controlled, and it's just a whole process that I don't really want to get into right now. I'll want to get into it, but right now I don't want to. So many people within the 3D printing community have gotten to the point where it's like, oh, I got my first 3D printing. I like what I'm doing. I can print little containers for, what was it, Gridfinity to organize my shelves a lot better. Okay, what else can I print? And it's just, gets into that mindset that, oh, it's just getting to that next level. And a lot of people have taken it to another level where the hustle culture is how much can I make money wise from 3D printing. And I need a whole 3D print farm. I'm not just needing one printer, I need 20. I need 30 because now I have to think about, oh, I have to have different people are purchasing things. You can't really see all that well, but this one I'm pointing at right now behind my head on a shelf is an old motherboard that I had from one of my mini computers from way back in the day. And I was looking for a stand to have it like stand up or on display. And it's a simple two brackets that are somewhat lined up with the standoff points or the case points that you can use that we normally would install it in a case. So the brackets line up with some of them in a certain way. And I wasn't too happy how it came out. But anyways, they're 3D printed. I know because you can see the layer lines. And I think they're like $20 or not. They're less than $20. But anyways, the point is that the hustle culture is affecting maker communities. So when people get into 3D printing or the woodworking or creating little Arduino boards for certain LED projects that they can sell, it starts out. And it's something I have to think about as for myself as I'm going into different aspects of my own journey into the makerspace and creating a business to sell different items, is that I have to kind of reel myself in and not get into I have to make sure everything is perfect, and when I sell this particular item, it's got to be perfect. And it's like I mentioned before, it's the diminishing return on your creation that you make that you want to sell has become a part of the problem, that you're spending more time on that. It's kind of the perfection of it is overwhelming, that it'll never be good enough. Instead of, this is something that was made by my hands, and it does have some imperfections. Each piece is not going to be the same, because when people are coming to you, when they view it online or Facebook Marketplace, they're not looking for something that has been mass produced in a factory. They want something that's artisanal. I know that word has connotations that are not good, but hey, it fits the bill for what I'm trying to find words for. So artisanal build that is the custom made, custom handcrafted. And it's something that you have to be aware of as you're going through this process of, I'm becoming part of a maker community, and I have to find my own pace. I have to find my own process that is not going to become more than the actual item itself. That it's not going to become that I have to set this up as so optimized that I can push out 100 pieces a month and becomes a full-time job that it just sucks the fun out of it. So that's just something that you have to think about, that as a hobby going into a business, that even if as a hobby itself, that the fun part is the entire being of enjoying the process. So you have to give yourself you have to give yourself permission to be inefficient. You have to give yourself permission to be, not perfect, to enjoy the enjoyment of the entire process. I don't if that's coming across, fine, but you have to be imperfect to be a maker. No one wants perfection. And knowing when to optimize or when to just create is kind of like the basis of the foundation of what you are trying to do or what you want to do. And it's something that is probably very important in the grand scheme of things as a maker, that to not get ahead of yourself and to become something that you hate when you are thinking about becoming setting up as a monetization product or a monetized process. And it's just, you have to have that in the back of your mind, that you go through the whole process and you know that is important to make sure that you're making enough money, that you want to make it a full-time job, but you also don't want to suck the fun out of the whole journey getting to that point. So it's something that you have to think about, to be aware of, that the constant need to be overly optimized is ruining your hobby. And I know it's easy to say, but it's probably harder to not do or do in the grand scheme of things. But it's just something that you have to have in the back of your mind, that, hey, it's easy to get ahead of yourself and to completely ruin the joy of being a maker in the first place. And that's just something that you have to think about. So think about that in the back of your mind. If you're on your journey as I am, that it's there, and it's something to not fear, but it's just something to be aware of, and to kind of like smack yourself. Hey, you're getting too serious. You're getting too far. Trying to pull back and enjoy the process of creating a piece of artwork, or creating this craft thing that you can sell at craft fairs or on Facebook Marketplace. It's just, very important to enjoy being a maker, to enjoy being a creator. It's just, be mindful. And then with that, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. There are Apple Podcasts. Write a review. Be much appreciated. 5 stars would be great. If you want to join the community, I have the makerdad.com. Have all the links there for our Discord server, and upcoming store be coming soon, as it were. But with that, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and for next time, keep making. It's fun. Later, taters. Now, as I said, that is the end of the video, of the recording for the episode. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to be doing this weekly. I got to get on a schedule. I know. Say, hey, it's Monday. Why aren't you live? I know it's Thursday, but I know Mondays are going to be the recording days for going forward. But yeah, so that's actually 2 videos I was able to get. Yay! That was awesome. Yeah. Um, so I'll be using Riverside going forward, and of course the game streams are going to be using Meld, and I'll probably be doing those on. No, I will be doing those on weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So if you're not already part of the Discord, oh, I forgot to put in the text. Damn it. I forgot to do this. And this. But I can put it I can put it in after the fact. I'll fix it in post. But if you're interested in joining our Discord server, is available. The link is right there. It's makerdad.link/Discord. It'll take you right to the server. And if you're not part of it, it's a great place to be. Would love to see you there. And be part of the shenanigans on the it's Wednesday, my dudes. Every Wednesday. So yeah, I'm gonna get busy editing this down so the video will be ready for tomorrow. But other than that, I need to also get a thumbnail. So let's. I already did the. No, I didn't. I did the kind of face. We'll do the I don't know how that'll work, but we'll go with it. What the hell? Right. Will this show? No, it will not. So Riverside needs to add Twitch emotes in the chat instead of the thingies. The thingies. But yeah, I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and it's not a new, but it's been around for a while. But it's SharePlay. I'm not going to, for the gaming streams, I'm going to be doing SharePlay and Twitch. I won't be muddying up my YouTube with game streams. I'll just be Twitch and SharePlay. So there will be that. Right. So it's the same name over on SharePlay. It's MakerDad. I was able to get the name. So on Twitch it is MakerDad, the MakerDad official. I forget. Oops. But yeah. No, the MakerDad. Because I'm looking at the Discord server and I see the notification there. I will be adding a YouTube notification in. Do you guys, and then this for the Discord server? I know Flux, you're the only one here right now, but your voice matters. I'm going to be changing a couple things, like a live stream notification. I know right now it's at everyone, and I know everyone does not like that at everyone notification. So I'm going to be changing that. So I will set it. I have the roles if you want to have YouTube notifications or Twitch notifications. So I think I'm going to be adding that back in, or giving a place for like a live stream notifications, a channel for that. Also going to be removing the forum feed because I'm going to be shutting down the forums. Because it's just a little bit, everything is just too much to try to keep track of. So it's just going to be the site, streaming sites, and yeah, as long as it doesn't spam that you're live on Kick a million times. Yeah. Well, I'm not streaming to Kick, so I just want the three platforms: Twitch, YouTube, and SharePlay. That's it. I'm not doing any more than that. I did streaming everywhere place. It was what at the time it was Trovo, Moonbeam, Twitch, YouTube, and pretty much everywhere else. Omcast, everywhere. Streaming everywhere. I ain't got time for that anymore. But yeah, so it's just going to be the three, and I think that was it. Anyways, that is going to be it for tonight. Hopefully, you had fun. If you didn't, that's on you, and I'm sorry. If you want to complain about it, write a comment. This engagement always helps. But yeah. Anyways, it's been fun. So these live streams are going to be on Mondays. I will be setting up a place to stream from the garage workshop in the very near future. So I'll look forward to that, because I can, using Riverside, I can use the iPad as, or my phone as a live streaming software. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll have to do that in the near future, do a test stream. It'd be pretty cool. And I'll be doing those. I want to start doing a, I know it's a stupid name, but it works. Workshop Wednesdays. It's Wednesday, my dudes, in the workshop. Ah! All right. That's going to be it.